Learn how to draw Super Mario characters. Hello guys, Artistic Nick here. Once again, thanks for the click. Today's tutorial video, I'm going to be drawing Super Mario. This is my first Super Mario character from the Super Mario series, the Super Mario universe. So I thought I'd give the one and the only main man himself, the little plumber with the hat on and the big moustache a go. I'm starting today's video by drawing the nose. Finding the nose, the sort of central part of his head, was quite important. So we're just doing a sort of, it's a semi-oval, semi-circle, rather flattish type circle in the centre of the page. And then off of there, we're going to do two lines, which are the start of the moustache, just levelling them up slightly. It does tilt up slightly to the left as we're looking at it. And then coming underneath the moustache, we've got 6 semicircular shapes, which come under the nose, which give him this iconic moustache, which I actually do colour in black towards the end of the video. So make sure you do stay towards the end to see this, because once I do start adding some of the black in, it does transform the picture and make it really pop off of the page. I'm using a Sharpie Mini today. This is another Sharpie that I've got in my repertoire, so I'll be putting a link to this in the descriptions. The Sharpie Minis, they're quite handy for travelling, keeping in your pocket and whatnot. Coming off from the nose about 2 o'clock, if it was a clock face now, and coming around to the right in a clockwise fashion, we're going to start the eye now. And there are 3 circles within the eye, and then there's a very small circle in the middle of the pupil, which we're going to leave white. Don't forget to stay till the end just to make sure that you can see this. If you guys are enjoying these tutorials, don't forget to subscribe, and when you do subscribe, hit the notifications button just so that you can be notified of new videos. I'm going to be doing daily video tutorials. I've already done a series on Pokemon. I'm doing superheroes, Marvel superheroes, and I'm also doing some Star Wars at the moment as well, so don't forget to check those out. I'll put a link up above so that you can see them. As you can see, we're on the second eye now, the one towards the left, and I'm just leaving that very small circle, which is going to be left white, just to show the highlight. So above the left eye, we're coming in with another semicircle. This is the start of the eyebrows. So Mario has some rather large eyebrows. Again, these are going to be coloured in black as well with the Sharpie pen, just to give that little bit of dimension and separation from some of the lines. They're going to be coloured in, like I say, right at the end. Looking for some reference points now. So we're looking for where the mouth starts, so it comes down from the third part of the moustache, the third semicircle, and comes down in a tipped semicircle, so it's got a point to it, leaving a little white area for his teeth, and then the side of the mouth, you can see the tongue there. We're going to fill that triangular shape in again at the end with some black, just to give the illusion of a mouth. So what we're looking for now is the side of the head. Mario's got some sideboards or sideburns, however you call them in your country. Again, that are going to be coloured in black, and we're just finding the side of the face now. Again, there's a lot of semicircles in this type of drawing, a lot of cartoon drawings. The semicircle is really important element for you to try and master, trying to keep the pen moving without it stopping and starting. Make sure you don't stop on the paper for too long with the pen on the page, because it does tend to bleed a little bit. I'm just using regular copy paper here, the kind of stuff that you can get from any stationers. I'll put a link to that as well in my descriptions if you wanted to pick those up from Amazon. There's a link there, and as always, any links that you do click, if you do purchase something from Amazon, I do get a small commission from that. So thank you very much for supporting the channel. That will be ploughed into new equipment, new video equipment, just to keep the channel going and make it more entertaining, more professional for you. So as you can see now, we've just come up over the eyebrows, and that's the peak of his cap. He's got a cap on with the iconic M sign on it. Coming down this side now, it's almost, I thought this looked like the end of a bone, but that's actually one of his sideburns, his hair popping through the cap, which again is going to be coloured in black. Coming off now, another semicircle. This is his ear on his right hand side, so slightly bigger than the eye. What you'll notice with most characters is the top of their ear does almost line up with the top of the eye, and the bottom of the ear is coming below the nose. So looking for the side of the cheek now, this comes in and it meets the chin at a slight angle there, so it's not a complete semicircle all the way around the bottom, just to give a little bit of definition to the edge of the chin, or the end of the chin. not too far off from finishing the head here now. This picture does contain Mario's start of his legs and his little body with his little dungarees on. Coming over to the head now, so again on this semicircle that we're doing for his head, there is a slight peak at the top, a slight point to it. And then we're going to start with the semicircle above the peak of the cap, which contains the iconic M sign for Mario. So again, another semicircle. It's probably about our 15th or 16th semicircle we've done on this, and a small V at the top, coming down at a slight angle, making sure that the inner part of the M is slightly thinner than the outer parts, which gives it that iconic look. But as you can see there now, Mario's face is starting to resemble the character himself from the video games. Mario's wearing his dungarees that you're always going to see. So we're starting here with one of the straps that comes down. It comes down from level with his mouth from the left all the way up to almost the side of his face, and he's got a big button in there. And the same thing happens now on the left side, so coming down almost to the same level but not quite, and back up in towards the edge of his mouth. If you were to line that end of the line up towards the edge of the mouth, you've got a reference there to make sure that you've got the proportions right. And then coming across now, that's the top of his dungarees. He's got an arm which comes down on the right hand side here, so this is almost the armpit that we're drawing now, and you'll see the rest of the arm taking shape from there. The shoulder comes from where the edge of the dungarees meets the chin, and down into his elbow, so he's almost got his hands on his hip here, and that's the bend in the elbow. Mario's got some white gloves on. They remind me actually of Mickey Mouse's gloves. When you're drawing a Mickey Mouse character, cartoon character, he has these white gloves on, and Mario's got very, very similar. Almost completed this drawing now, so I just want to thank you all once again for supporting the channel and viewing my latest videos. It does mean an awful lot to small YouTube channels for people to watch right through to the end, and like, comment, and let me know if there's anything that you do want me to draw in the future. But you know, it's a massive thank you from me. If you've not already subscribed, please go ahead and do that. Hit the notifications button so that you can be notified of new uploads that I'm doing. You can get a hold of me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter with the link Artistic Nick. It's N1K, NIK on Facebook. Everything else is the N1K. I'm going to start colouring in now the eyebrows and the moustache. So this is really where it does start to give this drawing a much better feel and a much more dimension to it. So again, just using the Sharpie pen, trying to make sure that I'm going in the same direction, whether it's up and down or it's side to side, just so that we don't get this scribbly look to it. But as you can see there now, once we've filled in some of the darker areas, it does really start to make the drawing pop off of the page. I do think that using these Sharpies is the best thing for certainly for making the videos, but the finished drawings do look quite professional and quite clean. So as you can see there, we did leave this small white area in the eyes just to give the highlight for the pupil, and then we're just colouring in the inner side of the mouth there. Coming through to the moustache now, which really does separate the nose from the rest of the face and the chin. This does make a big difference once this is completed, and as you can see, I've just sped up this slightly. It's not quite a time lapse, but I've just sped it up because I think you get the general idea of how we're doing this. We're following a pretty methodical way all the way across the moustache. We're making up and down strokes rather than side to side, just making sure that I'm keeping the pen moving the same way. This again, like I say, is going to give you a much smoother look, much smoother texture to any blocked out areas that you're going to be doing on your drawings. And then once we've done the moustache, we're going to move over, I think it is over to the sides of the face where the hair is coming down. But you can see that this is starting to look really rather clean, and I was pretty happy with how Super Mario turned out. So if there's any of your favourite Super Mario characters that you'd like me to draw and add to this playlist and whatnot, then please let me know in the comments below, or contact me on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. I'll try and respond to you as quickly as possible. And I'm just going to leave you sort of to the end of the drawing now. So thanks once again. Don't forget to subscribe and check me out in the next video. Hit subscribe, smack the notifications button, follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.